So, when you are a service-based entrepreneur, you are inundated with rules. Rules for engagement, rules on how to build your email list, rules on how to show up and when and how on social media. And when I first started my business several years ago, I ignored all those rules and I just made the decision, you know what, I'm going to be just myself, and I have a lot of self-belief, and I know that the work that I do is valuable and helps people, and that's all I needed. And somewhere along the lines in the last year and a half, despite the success I was having just kind of doing my own thing, I decided, maybe even unconsciously, because I don't think I was fooling myself, I don't think I was really noticing it, that maybe I should start following some of those rules now I need them. If I've made it as far as I can, doing this with ease, and now I am going to try out some of these things. And recently I've come back to being able to give myself permission to just go back to what was working for me. And also, I'm having a difficult time with the lessons I have learned and the things that I know now, right? And I have spoken to so many people, and I'm in a course with people who are specifically trying to just dismantle some of these ways of marketing that they have been taught that are steeped in patriarchal thinking and are steeped in colonialism. And it feels sometimes frustrating and like you're never going to get ahead. And so I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. So let's tap together to just acknowledge those difficulties and make room for getting back in touch with your unique brilliance, because that's there. It's never gone away. So let's just go ahead and maybe I just invite you to take a breath, check in with yourself, and see where that's coming up for you today. Remembering that you don't have to resonate exactly with my words. When I get to the tap, some of them are going to be me, some of them are going to be things I've just heard other people say. Some of them I just trust whatever comes out of my mouth somebody needs to hear today. So for you, make a note of where you are today in terms of how you're feeling now. When you think about all the things that you might want to unlearn so you can get back to your authentic self. And just make a note of where you might feel any blocks or difficulties or resistance to that. And maybe you're a person who doesn't necessarily feel things in your body, but you have a thought or maybe there's an image. With EFT, all of those things are things that you can tap on. It doesn't always have to be a sensation in your body. So just make a note of what that is for you. Give it a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, just so you have your measurement. And then I want you to think about, maybe you can close your eyes briefly. I'll tell you when to open them. And just know that you're here, you're watching this video. You are still standing in your business. You're still here trying. And so that means that there is an element of belief that you have in yourself and the impact that what you offer brings to the world. And I want you to just give yourself a moment to get in touch with that. And how strong is that? That feeling like, yes, I am here, I'm celebrating that, I am brilliant. And go ahead and give yourself a measurement there, scale of 1 to 10. How high is that right now? Knowing that the math does not have to make sense. You can go ahead and open your eyes open, meaning that you don't have to have an 8 in one and a 2 in the other. And let's just go ahead and start tapping. And you're just going to tap along with me, saying what I say and tapping where I tap, even though entrepreneurship feels hard. Like I cannot keep up sometimes with what I'm supposed to do or with what others tell me I'm supposed to do versus what I want to do. And right here, right now, I'm choosing to explore this with grace and curiosity, even though sometimes entrepreneurship feels so hard. I wish there was a playbook somebody could give me that would make this all easier and that would actually work. But I know that doesn't exist out there. Especially not when those playbooks go against what makes me feel alive and authentic to my values. And right here, right now, I accept myself and honor what I'm feeling, even though entrepreneurship is hard. And I can't help but feel sometimes that I am never going to get ahead. And right here, right now, I'm open to sending myself compassion as I give myself permission to give a voice to the parts of me struggling today. Entrepreneurship's hard. Sometimes I feel so far behind. And it's easy to get discouraged. Because there's a part of me that knows that there's some element of this being feelings of frustration and behind, will always be present. And some days I wonder if it's all worth it. Because it feels like a struggle. And today is one of those days. Where the struggle feels more present. And it's harder to remember that there are days where it feels amazing and I feel in flow. And I am open to forgiving myself for this. To forgiving myself for feeling discouraged. I'm choosing to give myself compassion in the moments I feel like this. Entrepreneurship is hard. But I'm still here. And I'm still here fighting. For my authenticity. In a sea of what feels like carbon copies. As we can tap through the points, so keep your eyes open just so you can tap and move down the points as I do. And we're going to do a little visualization here. So I want you to imagine stepping into that part of you that is in tune with why you do this, why you do what you do, the importance of it, the impact it makes, the truth of all of that. And as you do so, I just want you to let yourself visualize the impact that you have on the world, whether it's through your business, but mostly just by you being you. And you choosing the courage to put your unique ideas in the world. In a way that feels amazing to you. And let yourself just imagine and visualize that best case scenario of you showing up exactly as you are and doing that thing that you want to do, saying it the way you want to say it, trusting that there's someone out there that needs to hear what you have to say in the exact way you say it. Maybe you stutter when you say it. Somebody needs to hear it that way. Maybe you lose your train of thought and feel awkward for a moment as you try to get back on track. Somebody needs to see you do it that way. Maybe your tech screws up and glitches all over the place. And you let yourself laugh and get back on track without making it a big deal. Or maybe you do have a little tantrum. Somebody needs to see that too. Letting yourself visualize what that is for you. Letting yourself step into the sensation of just owning it and not making it a problem. Letting yourself step into that trust that you are in charge of showing up in all of your brilliance. Which means that you get to show up showing all parts of you, not just the shiny, perfect parts. And as you let yourself step into that, let's go ahead and honor that and maybe make a new decision. Entrepreneurship is hard, but I am choosing to fight for my way of doing things. I'm choosing the courage to show up as me. And I am choosing to love myself through any outcome it has. I choose to love myself no matter what. And I choose to share my brilliance with the world. Somebody needs it today. And I'm giving myself permission to release this discouragement. Because there are incredible things about entrepreneurship. And I'm committed to exploring all of them. And I can handle those bad days by choosing the courage to appreciate myself. I choose the courage to believe in me no matter what. And let's just take a breath there, breathing out. And just check in with your scores now. Checking in first with what you made room for, what you raised your belief in your own brilliance to. And then when you've stepped into that, go ahead and look at any resistance that might be left. Knowing that we never have to eradicate resistance or insecurities or self-doubt in order to move forward, in order to remind ourselves that we're here for a reason and we're not going to give up on that. And so just go ahead and check where that resistance is, and you can come back here as often as you need to continue to raise your courage and decrease that resistance. And if you know anybody else who would benefit from this, please go ahead, share this video far and wide, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one.